What up, YouTube? My name's Brandon Danaher, and I'm doing this speech for my Word 110 project. The title of it is Growth of Soccer in Kentucky. Basically, I'm going to be talking about the growth of youth soccer and how it can help bring an MLS team to Kentucky. Did you know that the United States is one of the only countries in the world to not have soccer as its nation's preferred sport? And did you also know that the United States is the only country in the world to call this sport soccer? Basically, you may be wondering about my credibility. Basically, I'm credible for this because of the research I've done on this, as well as my years of living in Kentucky, as well as playing soccer in Kentucky, and knowing how popular the sport is here. The importance in youth soccer in helping bring an MLS team to Kentucky is that social trends generally follow with the younger generations, and it provides different leagues to help promote the sport. As you may well know, most of today's trends seem to come along with the youth of that generation and what their interests are. Whenever you were younger, what were some of your interests? Through history, you can see what some of the common interests of the nation were because of the importance in that time period. For example, baseball was very popular in the 20s and 30s because of a particular name, Babe Ruth. I'm sure all of you very well know who Babe Ruth is. Anyways, baseball was also very popular for the next 2 decades because of the same exact reason. For the past couple decades, football has been on top of the sports spectrum, mostly because of how much contact there is, and that's exactly what the American people wanted to see. It is very easy to see the increase in popularity of soccer in Kentucky and even the United States. The first way is through the increase of different leagues in Kentucky, particularly Lexington and the surrounding areas. I know in the past roughly decade there have been 2 new teams to come into club soccer, which is actually, I'll be talking about club soccer soon enough. The increase of soccer games that are shown on TV is greater as well. So stations like ESPN and Fox Network are just showing more soccer games, which is a plus for the soccer fans because we just love to watch soccer. The best way to spark these interests of soccer would be for them to actually play the sport. One of the best ways to actually promote soccer is through actual play in different leagues. And I'm sure all you sports people out there can agree with me that leagues were something that basically made sports enjoyable and competitive. Not sure how it is with other sports, but with soccer, there are 2 different types of leagues. The first one is recreational soccer, and that is a very good starting point for the growth of soccer, and helping spark an interest in the kid. Rec soccer basically just gives the players the basics of the game and helps them improve upon those skills. The other type of league is selective soccer, which is a very good way at continuing their experience and helping them advance their game to the next level and be more competitive. It also helps improve upon that interest even more just by more playing. And I mean, you also know the kid is interested in the sport if he's playing competitively. I mean, that's an obvious fact. But besides recreational and selective soccer, there's still one more place that kids can improve upon their skills and promote the game. This place would be called high school, and I know all of us have been there. Well, almost all of us, unless you're like a younger kid watching this. Anyways, whenever you were in high school, sports were probably the best thing to go for social interactions, like football games, basketball games, soccer games even. Anyways, high school soccer can show just how intense soccer can be. I mean, obviously, it is not as intense as a contact sport like football, but if the referee in the soccer game is being very lenient, then the game could get ugly very quickly. I've actually experienced like a kid break his leg, and it's not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch. It also helps friends of the players get interested in the sport, because generally friends are going to basically be interested in what their friends are doing and just show support for them. In turns, if that friend of the player likes what they're finding and sees it interesting, they'll also tell their other friends, and that's another good way for this sport to spread in popularity. So basically, different leagues to play in, and the fact that social trends seem to follow the younger generations are what helped the MLS become so popular in recent years, and are what I'm hoping will help bring an MLS team to Kentucky. The different competitive levels of youth soccer helps kids who at different playing levels improve upon their game and lets them continue to play the game they love. Like, if someone's not as good, I mean, they can still play rec soccer and still have a great time playing. So think back to when you were a kid. Was there ever anything you really wanted in your hometown but didn't have? That's how I am about this MLS team. Thank you for listening.